I'm picking Paglietto as a brand that I picked for my boat design. The reason I want to pick Paglietto is like it's one of the boat building companies in the world that actually built something that is like really slick, luxurious, but not ostentatious, which is like non-vulgar. So if you think about the demographic that would buy these boats, are people like Elon Musk and not Kim Kardashians, or like those people who just like want to show off. And again, the process like began by like understanding the history, like what is it behind it, and the history of Paglietto is more than just like about marine industry, but it goes back to like the 19th century in like Italy. It's like how it kind of like shaped the marine industry in Italy and Europe and the world in general. It has like a long history, and it just celebrated a 60th anniversary last year. And so again, like everything, like as you can see here, like like the lines, silhouettes, and everything is really sleek. It's kind of like simple. It doesn't like draw attention to itself, but it's not something like to show off. But it's still like sleek and luxurious. But as you can see, like as for now, like they actually only have like two smaller fleet. Basically, like one is called the MV-19. It is going to be released in January 2016, and it's probably the closest one that to the one that we're doing now. This is the overall length is like 62.3 feet, and another one we actually have like 30-foot cruiser boat here. But if you actually like compare like both of them to like the rest of the fleet, you can see like they actually look like they don't look synergical. Their shape is like look more like kind of like a boat that you use to like smuggle people or drugs, and and if you like compare it to like the bigger like super yachts and everything, like it's totally different. It's just like boxy, it's boring, it's stiff, and so maybe like this one is actually a little bit better, but doesn't like really kind of like speak for the brand. So for the addition process, I basically put picked these two as the benchmark, and the first one is actually like the Aeroboat by Clayton Reeves, and the second one is like Fairline by Squadron 60 by Fairline. And going back to the demographic, like what is it that I want to design the boat for, or like who is it? And I was kind of thinking like something like like something that's a aficionado, kind of like someone that actually wants to be captain, but sometimes just like want to relax and ask like the person to be captain of the ship and to take control of the boat. So I'm taking kind of like two extreme ends. Like one is just like for someone that actually wants to constantly be behind the wheel, and the second one is basically like something that you want to just like relax and enjoy, like bring a lot of people, your friends, and maybe like 8 people, like to the rooms, like the interior. So I began with like by kind of like drawing kind of the silhouettes and everything from the Aeroboats, like to study like the silhouette, what makes it sexy, like what makes it kind of like dynamic and like has a shape that looks like more like desirable than this, because like if you can see, although like it has a lot of room, but because of the limitation in its length, it kind of like looks like a fat wheel basically. So I want to like avoid that sort of shape, but also again combine the two, so like like a dynamic shape and sexy silhouette, but also like has like a bit more room. So again, I'm beginning this process and kind of like going around from smaller boats to like make it like taller and bigger, and sort of like finding the right proportion. And I kind of like out of like all of this, and I'm kind of like choosing this one because I think it actually kind of like has like more simpler, slicker look. Again, it's non-vulgar, but also like it sort of has like the sexiness or like the sleek sort of quality that the brand actually stays for.
Okay. I love that you chose Baglietto because you have the opportunity now that I haven't seen in anyone else yet, which is really clever and sneaky, in that they do custom yachts. They are about individual. We set this whole thing up like we need to pick a brand and stuff like that. So either I will allow you to make this be a bespoke item at this size range because you chose this brand, or you're coming back to Baglietto and you're saying there is a market for having a production boat at this size that is reflective of your brand, which might be a more provocative, compelling story, I think. Because this one, I know this is kind of like a not sure if this is a one-off or not, but it's more of like a tender for some of their larger yachts, and I haven't actually seen this one, so I'm not sure if that's a production item that they're doing.
I think like someone actually commissioned this one, and that's why you said sort of like it built a nothing to do.
You know, it's a one-off, it's a custom for a single client. So I like the idea of, you know, you are going to be the designer, you're approaching back with the unknown, you're saying here, this is a market that we need to attack, and this is going to become a production item for them, not a custom one-off. So I think that's really good. It's interesting, will you talk more about, are you wanting to do something in between this speedster kind of?
Yeah, like so in between like speedboats and like maybe like small yachts. So let's say if you're like the actual have like 1.5 stories or that, but like total of like 2 stories, like 2.5. But here they probably have like the deck and like half room of like a small room in the what is it, internal space. So I like to maybe just like to level maximum. Maybe like here it's just like exact for like the captain and the balance on that with self-destructible like the roof, and you know, you can like actually put down and just like monitor and the engine is like the rear parts, and like here it's like basically you have like all the small room and it's kind of like probably fits about like 6 people in the room like
Okay, yeah, you mentioned, you know, this boat could be for someone who likes to drive, who like to be out in the water. I think that's perfect. Wibowo, you know, old classic Italian brand. This is their mid kind of day boat where it's on, you know, Lake Como or something like that. And so it's not for the crew or if the captain would drive, it's for the owner if he wants to get behind the wheel. I think that's good. I think that speaks to the brand. But instead of, you know, a small Reba or something like that, they want to have, you know, their friends come on board, and they want to be able to have some real interior accommodations to, you know, spend the night or two, you know, cruise the south coast of France or something like that. So that's good. So I think that's a perfectly appropriate approach to go in. So now, you know, get into the 3D model. Look, you can put some of these sketches in there and see if they would actually work. Because yes, these are super long and low and lean. You know, something like this, if this really was 60 feet, you would have no interior room, you know, so it's just kind of seeing how that would work out. Because this, right, it's 48 feet, it's low freeboard, it's not meant for really, you know, going in any kind of weather, and it's not, you know, obviously you have a big interior. But yeah, Reeves, Mike Reeves is that, he's another art center alum, so it's cool that he's doing stuff in the industry. Yeah, they do good business. Yeah, good. I'm excited.